Ezra Miller, the Sean Penn or Russell Crowe of current era, Hollywood's latest bad boy and also cult leader? What exactly is wrong with that they, and why does them sound like a bunch of people that you shouldn't have let into your house, but he seemed like a nice guy or whatever they're supposed to be till them punched your wife and stole your passports? Today we look at the trouble with Ezra Miller. Let's jump right into this old Ezra Miller dude and the stuff that he's into. You know what? We're not going to play that game as long as this takes.
They get canceled. And canceled.
We just did. Look at that. All right. So let's take a look at a quick timeline. Let's take a look at a timeline of Ezra Miller and his events as they unfold onto us. Ezra Miller has been in the news a lot lately, and it hasn't been about The Flash. The embattled actor has been arrested 3 times this year alone on charges of disorderly conduct, assault, and felony burglary. And it's Ezra Miller, faced accusations of grooming underage children and running a cult. To quote one person on Twitter, "Every time I see the words Ezra Miller, I know I'm about to be followed by the strangest combination. I know it's about to be followed by the strangest combination of crime and location. Needless to say, it's a lot to keep track of, which is why we've compiled a timeline of Miller's mounting controversies." All right, let's start off in June 28th, 2011.
Oh, Miller Lite.
Yeah, Miller Lite. Miller's first brush with the law was hardly as serious as their more recent incidents, but it's worth noting that their legal trouble didn't begin in 2022. Back in 2011, while filming The Perks of Being a Wallflower, an 18-year-old Miller was riding as a passenger in a car that police pulled over for a broken brake light. When police apprehended the vehicle, they caught Miller with weed. The actor was initially charged with drug possession, but it was later dropped by a judge in exchange for 2 citations of disorderly conduct totaling $600. Also a little bit of that weed.
Yeah, and also a J.
Miller remained unapologetic about the incident, telling New York Magazine, "I don't feel like there's any need to hide the fact that I smoke pot. It's a harmless herbal substance that increases sensory appreciation." You know,
weed.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm on Ezra Miller's side there.
Yeah.
He didn't do nothing wrong.
This is when Ezra was quite the hero and a different kind of cult following.
It was like 2 weeks before The Voices. April 1st, 2020, choking incident. Early in the pandemic, video leaked of Miller choking a woman outside the bar, the one bar that they have in Reykjavik, Iceland, and they don't have a name for it, they just call it the bar. In the clip, which seems to pick up mid-confrontation, a smiling woman approaches Miller and appears to start a play fight. Miller takes her motion seriously and says, "Oh, you want to fight? That's what you want to do?" before grabbing the woman by the neck, pushing her against a dumpster and throwing her to the ground, at which point the video cuts out. At the time, Variety confirmed Miller's identity with the bar, which said Miller frequented the location when they were in town.
Yes, please.
Take a look at this video here.
We got to.
All right.
Learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal? Whoa, bro. Fight? Learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal? Whoa, bro.
Like, that dude was not in the mood to play that day.
Did you hear the laughing? Like, this can't be serious.
Yeah,
and then it was serious.
Like, oh, you're a celebrity. You're moving around. Why would you assault me? Oh, I guess this is happening.
The voices. Not the weed.
Yeah.
The voices.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. A camera person is heard saying, "Whoa, bro.
Oh, that's where he got it wrong. He should have said, whoa, they, them.
That's what he was so mad about.
Jerk.
Yeah.
Don't misidentify him.
Don't do that.
Jerk.
All right. January 27th, 2020. Let's just say, they're pretty messed up, man. Why you choke slamming women like that? You know?
It is the mock turtleneck. I don't know.
It's just, like, I watched a guy do a Mike Tyson impression on your ear. You stood there and took it like a man.
Yep.
You didn't choke slam nobody.
Nope. I'm a real professional. Didn't get worried about it at all.
It's just so hot and bothered, though. January 27, 2022. Threatening the KKK. Miller began their fateful year, that's Miller's year, by posting a video to social media threatening a North Carolina faction of the Ku Klux Klan. This is a message for the Bouleville chapter of the North Carolina Ku Klux Klan, the actor says in the clip. Let's see. You know what?
I see it.
Well, we'll just watch it.
Hi, this is Ezra Miller, aka the Bengal Ghouls, the Mad Goose Wizard, and this is a message for the Beulahville chapter of the North Carolina Ku Klux Klan. Hello, first of all, how are y'all doing? It's me. Look, if y'all want to die, I suggest just killing yourselves with your own guns. Okay? Otherwise, keep doing exactly what you're doing right now, and you know what I'm talking about. And then, we'll do it for you if that's really what you want. Okay, talk to you soon, okay? Bye!
That's the worst threat I've ever heard in my life. Wizard to wizard. What wizard did he call himself? The Mad Goose Wizard? Bye.
I don't know what I don't know much about like the KKK we don't really have that here as far as I mean, not that there aren't people who hate people for stuff like that, but we definitely don't have any like, you got the local, the Bouleville chapter of the North Carolina KKK, like that's not like, we don't have anything like that. So I don't really know what's going on in his neighborhood.
Well, now I know what's going on with him in DC. He wasn't happy with those first episodes of Peacemaker. Like, oh. Now the confusing part to me is he talking about him with a group of people, or is he just talking about him and all his other people within him?
Like,
hey,
yeah,
we're
that we're gonna, we'll do it for you. Like me, myself, and I.
Yep.
Yeah. It could
Crazy.
be. It could be. Yeah.
Here's the Flash.
But again, I feel like threatening the KKK doesn't seem like that crazy of a thing to do.
No.
I mean, and like, if you go like from what I see, like Kamal Bell had a show where he went to visit the KKK, and like they're pretty benign, dude. Like they're probably at most like internet trolls or something, like they basically watered down their message to something that they feel is more palatable. And they're like, yeah, we'll work our way back towards what we really want if we can just hook people in on the like, maybe we just hang out with our own friends, or, maybe we just marry our own people, but they're just like, well, we want way more than that, but you got to ask small. Like they're pretty impotent.
So far, I've only seen one thing that he's kind of done wrong, which is giving a quality ass whooping to that girl that got a little too close to today.
She used the wrong pronouns, woman. But yeah, so far, nothing is like the choke slamming. Yes, that one was. but the other two instances, outside of just being like, I don't know, do you want to pick fights with people who, like historically have been known to, like, come get you in the middle of the night? That's the only thing that I would say, is that certain lack of worrying about himself that he's doing. You know what I mean?
Guy's got guts.
But yeah,
Moxie.
Other than that, I got no issues with you calling out, which he apparently knows. Like, he's got some. With me, it'd just be like, yeah, in general, you guys suck.
No,
like
but
that guy is, like that guy is like he's got names, he's got complaints, specific complaints and stuff.
Let's just say this real quick. Possibility. Let's say he's smoking some weed. He's a little paranoid, and a female member of the Ku Klux Klan picks a fight. Somebody turns on a cell phone, catches Ezra being a hero, and choke slamming this racist. Before you know it, he's on Twitter saying, "I did that to one. You know what you did, and I'll do it to you all."
So,
just saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess. Just to kind of go off of that, I mean, potentially it could be like the Bolivarville, North Carolina Pottery Barn.
Right.
They said, "Sir, you're drunk and you're finger painting on people's garden gnomes that they're painting, and could you please leave, or could you stop doing that?" And then he was like, "You guys are the Klan," and they forced him out, and then he gets in the car and he just starts recording that video about those guys.
I've only seen white gnomes, and those hats look kind of similar to something. Just saying.
There you go. Proof's in the pudding, people.
Ezra, so far I'm on your side, dog.
All right. Let's come up to March 28th of 2022. That's this year, earlier in it. Springish. Miller spent their spring in Hawaii. That's Miller's spring. His spring he spent in Hawaii. Or they...
Stay appropriate. Stay appropriate.
Yeah, Miller's gang of folks, where by all accounts they were a menace to everyone around them. On March 28th, the actor was Is that okay to say? The actor?
I'll allow it.
All right. The actor was visiting a local karaoke bar when they grew agitated and began yelling obscenities, and at one point grabbed the microphone from a 23-year-old woman singing karaoke. Later, Miller lunged at a 32-year-old man and failed to calm down after being asked several times by the bar owner. Miller's interactions with the two bar patrons earned them a disorderly conduct charge. Not the bar patrons. Ezra Miller got the disorderly conduct charge. I can see how you'd be confused when you say that one guy attacked a group of people and they got a charge.
I don't know what's so confusing, but then again, it is 2022, Josh.
Yeah, harassment charge as well, but they were released from custody after posting $500 bail. That dude had $500. Just blew.
Yeah, man, you know how DC pays.
Bird. In police body cam footage of the arrest, Miller argues that they, in fact, were the victim of assault. That's Miller and not the people that he assaulted. That they assaulted. Sorry. Claiming a self-identifying Nazi in the bar attacked them and explained that they record themselves being assaulted in order to make NFT crypto art. What?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I want to try and wrap my head around this.
Okay. So Miller argues that they, in fact, that's Miller, were the victim of assault, claiming that a self-identifying bad guy from World War II in the bar attacked Miller, and explaining that they, being the self-identifying bad guy from World War II, records himself being assaulted in order to make NFT crypto art. So a guy goaded him into attacking. Just like that
were
lady.
hot right then and there.
Yeah, I feel like if back in April of 2020, if NFTs were a thing, that's what that lady would have been about. The one he choke slammed. All right, but have you ever watched this footage?
We're watching it right now.
All right, well.
Oh, this brother, I was playing darts.
Okay. And then what?
With my good girl.
Okay.
And he come right up to me and just like started shouting. No. I know he spit on me.
Okay, so he spit in your face.
Dude. And I was like, oh, what's up, cuz?
Yeah.
Like, what's up?
Yeah.
And then I example. Jumped in and held him back.
Yeah.
You
So
know
he
what?
spit in your face for no reason.
Yeah. I was like way across the room. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he thought he was somebody else.
Didn't chase him out.
No. I got assaulted and I started filming. Okay. Let me show you the video.
Let's talk stories outside.
Let's talk story outside.
Ezra Miller, this is on the warrants, but he's caution code unstable 29 Caucasian Mill.
I got assaulted in this bar twice in a row. I film myself when I get assaulted for NFT crypto art. What's your name? What's your badge number? Tell me your name and your badge number.
White key.
Ezra.
Full name, full badge number.
Ezra records himself being assaulted. Is that what he said?
White key.
Ezra.
Full name, full badge number. Tell me your name and your badge number.
White key.
Twice in a row. I film myself when I get assaulted for NFT crypto art. What's your name? What's your badge number? Tell me your name and your badge number.
White key.
Ezra.
Full name, full badge number. Tell me your name and your badge number. Tell me your name and your badge number. Please don't touch me. Tell me your name and your badge number. Now. Tell me your name and your badge
White
number
key
now.
136. Sir, come
You!
off the road.
Central 131.
I'm being arrested for disorderly conduct.
Yeah.
Okay. I was assaulted, you understand, right?
Okay.
Well, you should have told us that instead of running away and playing all of these theatrics. You could have just told us that.
I'm sorry,
No, you're not
officer.
sorry. You could have took
I am
this thing
sorry.
real quick. But no,
sorry.
you wanted to play the game.
I was
and now-
complying.
Well, you wasn't complying.
I was. You said get off the road, I got off the road.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you
I
never.
walked on the edge of the
Actually,
road.
Central 131 and 150.
So what did I do wrong?
Getting arrested for just you spit in somebody's
A
face.
guy in that bar declared himself as a Nazi. I have it on film, and he attacked me.
Okay, so?
I claim my 9th Amendment rights to not be unlawfully persecuted for a crime of no designation, disorderly conduct being something I am unguilty of. I claim my 4th Amendment rights to not be searched and seized on no probable cause that you will not be able to offer in a court of law. I claim my 4th Amendment rights to not be searched and seized. Please do not touch my ring.
You have to come off.
Okay.
You'll get it right on
My
the
4th Amendment rights to
it's
not
gonna be
have
right
search
here,
and
okay?
seizure
We're just letting you know it's gonna be right here.
unlawfully without probable cause. I claim my 4th Amendment rights to not be unlawful. Hey, you just touched my penis. Please don't do that. I'm not transgender, non-binary. I don't want to be searched by a man. I'm transgender, non-binary, and I don't want to be searched by a man. I claim my 4th Amendment rights. These are Nerf guns, just in case you worry that they're bullets. Those are Nerf bullets.
Thank you for letting
They
me
are
know.
fake and they are a toy.
Thank you for letting
This is my
us
belt
know.
buckle and my Nerf bullets.
I appreciate that.
Please don't take them from me. The flash ring means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, he likes his 4th Amendment.
Well, Officer Waukee, better not get so fresh with them hands. You know, wow would be, whoa.
Transgender, non-binary, man. Do not touch his ween if you're a guy. He doesn't like that. They doesn't like it. All of them don't. I like how he looked like the Joker. Going around there.
So he's claiming when he was filming somebody, because he was about ready to get insulted by a bad guy from World War II, the reason that that aggression was so the guy could try and create NFTs off of the incident. something.
Yeah, it sounds like he was trying to get people to attack him so that he could create crypto art.
Oh, so he could.
That's what it sounded like on the video. He said that it sounded like he said he was doing it, that he gets people to attack him so that he can make crypto art.
Okay, so
Which, I mean, yeah, it's like, I don't think you could ever take the guy's word for what happens in a fight if you're like, oh, you're the guy that gets into fights and makes NFTs of it. Like, oh, yeah, it was totally the other guy.
I'm trying not to get offended by the fact that you called him Guy. He's
Buddy,
non-binary.
pal.
So yeah, and I can't even do any Ku Klux Klan argument because they were in Hawaii. I don't think there's too many good old boys in Hawaii. I don't know, but you know,
Never been. Couldn't tell you.
yeah. I heard the sheets they would wear would be a little more floral.
They're hard to tell apart from the just your guys walking around the beach. Get your Hawaiian shirt. I got my Hawaiian hat with the eye holes cut out.
But it's sunglasses are blocking the eye hole, so you're just like, is that just a really cool ghost?
That guy's just trying to stay cool in the sun, man.
Weight does bounce light off, so hey, you know.
Well, I mean, it makes sense when they started. They're like, hey, we're going to burn crosses in people's yards. We should wear something that will reflect the heat so we don't overheat ourselves.
And they are considered stupid.
Yeah, birth of a nation.
And by they, I mean the Ku Klux Klan, not Ezra. Just that to verify.
Yeah, he's stunning and brave. So April 19th, 2022. That was just a short little while later, a couple weeks. Shortly after the karaoke bar incident, Miller was arrested again in Hawaii for allegedly throwing a chair that struck a woman in the head. At around 1 in the morning on April 19th, law enforcement responded to a call at a private residence in Pahoa, where Miller had become so irate after being asked to leave that they hurled a chair at a 26-year-old woman. That's Ezra Miller hurled a chair at a 26-year-old woman, leaving her with a half-inch gash on her forehead. That's the woman who's the her with the gash on her forehead.
Not talking privates. Not talking private area.
Police. Well, yeah, probably, though.
Ooh, how big? 6-inch gash? That's pretty average. That's a pretty average.
This is a half inch. Boys come running for that. Police located Miller on the street and arrested them being Miller for second-degree assault. They, being Miller, were released later that morning pending further investigation. Look at that smiling face. I find it hard to believe that guy's done anything.
Yeah, there's a guy who totally knows his amendments, especially the 4th and the 9th. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keanu Reeves looks great.
Wait for the new Matrix movies.
Neo-binary.
June 2022, no particular day, just in general. We got some protective orders. In June, Miller was accused of acting inappropriately toward 2 different children. First, the parents of Tokata Iron Eyes, an 18-year-old environmental activist, set a protective order against the actor, who they said began an inappropriate relationship with Iron Eyes when they were 12 years old. When Iron Eyes was 12, not when Ezra Miller was 12. Ezra used violence, intimidation, threat of violence, fear, paranoia, delusions, and drugs to hold sway over a young adolescent Tokata Iron Eyes' parents. Tokata Iron Eyes' parents said. They're reading. However, posts from an unverified Instagram account believed to be owned by Iron Eyes deny all claims of abuse. Oh, problem solved. Soon after, a 12-year-old and their mother were granted an order of protection from Miller after describing an uncomfortable interaction with the actor during a party in Greenfield, Massachusetts. The mother and her then 11-year-old attended a party being held by their downstairs neighbor, which Miller also attended. At the event, Miller began screaming in the mother's face after accusing her of cultural appropriation and allegedly showing her a gun, saying, "Talking like that could get you into a really serious situation." After that, Miller reportedly acted inappropriately toward the child by hugging them and touching their hips. But, I mean...
I'm not hearing, like, sexual assault.
No. Like, the president of the United States does way more than that on camera, and nobody bats an eye, so... This is just a little... heavy petting, well, slap and tickle. They automatically were just weirdly drawn to me and kept talking about how they love my outfit and love my style and kept going on and on about how it was great, the child said. It was really uncomfortable. I was really nervous. I was scared to be around them after he'd yelled at my mother and she was, what they just said, that was literally what happens with the president.
All I'm saying
He
is
sees
giving
a
her
fellow-
a bunch of compliments.
Sees a
before
fellow
hug.
politician's daughter, and, he just hones in, grabs onto her, won't let her go, it makes it all about him and the kid. It's completely normal. If a president can get away with it, a Hollywood actor should be able to as well. That's all I'm saying.
And the president better know his amendments.
I just got to say, that's Takata Iron Eyes. Looks like a damn liar. Damn liar.
That's Massachusetts?
No, that's a girl. Oh. That was a joke.
Not bad.
So now we have August of 2022. That's this year. In August, those closest to Miller spoke to Insider for a report that paints the actor as increasingly unstable and apparently running a sort of cult. A sort of cult. Like Scientology?
Sort of cult.
Like Latter-day Saints? Like Mormons? Just keep going and see how many people we piss off. The report alleges that while Miller was in Iceland in 2020, they walked around town barefoot, they being Miller, sporting long, unclipped toenails and what may have been an infected gash on their foot. He's transgender, so he's allowed to.
He also has gross feet.
Sounds like it.
Hot take.
Miller rented an Airbnb in the Reykjavik suburb. It's the only suburb that they have in Reykjavik, so they don't even call it anything. They just say the suburb. That they ran as a commune, with beds laid out on the floor for artists, expats, and young women. They led group meditations and claimed to possess supernatural powers, and also paid for food, lodging, and marijuana.
He's the Flash. He has superhero powers.
Yeah. That's
haven't
really
you ever heard of
fascinating.
method acting?
But would become violent if they perceived any dissent within the group. How is that like a cult?
Is that John Lennon's wife?
Must be. These days, Miller runs another commune in Vermont, which has been described as having rampant drug use and unsecured guns. A woman and her 3 children are currently staying at the residence, and Miller encouraged the 12-year-old in Massachusetts to stay with them as well. There's being a bunch of damn kids getting in the way all the time. It sounds like that dude knows how to party. Guns and weed. Just like,
Out in the middle of nowhere?
yeah.
Yeah, leave the kids at home,
Yeah, leave
man.
the kids at home.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be controversial.
Yeah,
from
other
down
than
the
that,
drip.
like, we could go party outside of that.
Yeah, and you're kind of hot when you wear lipstick.
Yeah, I'd pat him down. The Insider report also describes Miller as increasingly paranoid. The actor believes they are being followed by the FBI and the Ku Klux Klan, and now wears bulletproof body armor and carries at least one gun with them everywhere they go. Them and they being Ezra and Miller.
I'm going to agree with him, though. He did threaten the Ku Klux Klan.
He did.
They could be and the guy has gotten in trouble with the law. He's going from state to state. That sounds like an FBI thing.
Well, yeah, it's like you got one group, this gang of people who targets innocent people and breaks into their house in the middle of the night to take them out, and then you got the Ku Klux Klan.
Hey.
You gotta protect yourself. And August 7th, 2022, felony burglar arrest. Miller was most recently arrested for felony burglary in Stamford, Vermont, stemming from a complaint filed back in... It does say compliant. I wasn't misreading. It does say compliant. Filed back in May. According to Vermont State Police, the actor stole several bottles of alcohol from an, at the time, unoccupied residence. As a result of an investigation that included surveillance videos and statements, probable cause was found to charge Ezra M. Miller, with the offense of felony burglary into an unoccupied dwelling. The police report read, law enforcement officials issued Miller a citation to appear in Vermont Superior Court for arraignment on September 26th. That was recently.
Was recent.
Yeah. So, I guess DC doesn't pay that well.
Not when you create that many problems.
I mean, yeah, like, you got to steal booze. I mean, I guess it's probably not that cheap running a bunch of communes around the world. Yeah, you got your Hawaii. Was it Hawaii was the other one, or did I? You know what? I'm not even going to go back to look.
I just looked this up. You know what the M stands for? Matthew. Ezra. But yeah, it's like you have this fancy dancy first name and then Matthew.
So September 18th, 2022. A spiritual journey gone haywire, and an in-depth Vanity Fair report detailing Miller's mental health crises and erratic behavior over the years, including accounts by over a dozen close sources who said the relationships with Miller were non-consensual, emotional BDSM relationships. According to the article, Miller hired a North Dakota medicine man named Jasper Youngbear as a spiritual advisor to accompany them on their 2020 Iceland trip. Youngbear reportedly told the actor that they were the next Messiah. Allegedly, Miller would go so far as to claim that the Flash is the one who brings the multiverse together just like Jesus. Like, that's a method actor, man.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I recant my statement. DC does pay well because this guy spends a lot of money.
Yeah, you're flying your non-consensual emotional BDSM relationships from North Dakota to Iceland.
With a spiritual guide, with the fact that this is outside of his multiple compounds.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
How much money is...
And I can't imagine that he got paid that well for Justice League.
Barely in it.
Because, I mean, well, in that, like, even some of the bigger name people who go into these franchises don't start out making that much money. You know, they start fairly, like, some of them will start fairly low, you know, especially, like, if you're not a big name and you go into one of these franchises, they're going to make you do it basically for free at first. You know, they'll pay you more as it goes along, but I mean, unless you're Terrence Howard.
Ooh. Shots fired.
Okay, so October 17th, 2022, Miller pleaded not guilty to... pleaded or pled? Pleaded. We'll say pleaded. Not guilty to felony burglary charges stemming from the August arrest for stealing 3 bottles of alcohol, vodka, gin, and rum. Just 3? What kind...
Oh, you need,
if convicted,
dog?
they could face up 26 years in prison and up to a $2,000. Well, yeah, but felony burglaries are like, that's, you have to steal like over $1,000. That was some high-end liquor, man. 3 bottles to equal $1,000 to get you into that felony range. That's what it says. That's what it says he's charged with.
Him.
Oh, Ezra. Oh, Ezra's. Yeah, it's Ezra Miller right there.
So
I'm gay.
we have no updates since he's pled not guilty.
Not as far as I saw, but it also could be that I haven't looked that hard.
Ooh.
But I feel like
Ooh.
we've been pretty up to date on our covering of Ezra Miller.
We have.
Not that you'll see it on the channel. It was on a different thing we did. You don't need, that's neither here nor there.
Past is the past. This is the It Now and Wow show.
Yeah.
And you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified on any time we put up these kick-ass videos.
Yeah, so I guess all that's left is to find out if Ezra Miller is going to jail and if he is going to continue being the Flash. All right, well, then that's the show.
All right, guys. Once again, it's Comedy Drip. Check us out on Facebook because, yes, we're that cool. We still use FB. Also, if you like horror stuff, that's HORROR. Check me out on Jack Does Horror. And if you like comedy, I do stand-up, Jack Franklin Comedy. You can check us out playing video games, especially The Forest and Kenshi on BleepTube. And anything else, well, it's so important, it'll be in the description below. With that all said, that's Josh Daigle. I'm Jack Franklin. This has been Comedy Drip and the Trouble with Ezra M. Miller.